Welcome to 19 for 20 Intersectionality. Disclaimer, I'm not an expert. I am a curious mind, so I took on intersectionality because it was a word I had never heard of. So to give some backstory, in 1970, General Motors had a seniority-based layoff resulting in all 5 black women at the factory being fired. And those women brought a discrimination case against GM. You see, black women were not allowed to be hired at GM until 1964. Therefore, that put them in a disadvantage in years on the job and as a result, disproportionately at risk of losing that job. Unfortunately, the suit was dropped. GM had hired black men and white women before 1964, and the court stated that claiming discrimination against a black woman would be, quote, a super remedy in the court's eyes. These women would be benefiting from the laws protecting discrimination based on both race and gender. So the Law and Civil Rights Act of 1964 failed to protecting individuals that fell under more than one discriminatory label, leaving a loophole for the justice system to claim their individual acts of discrimination as void. It lacked the ability to address the intersectionality or the combined discrimination of sex and race as with a black woman. And the case got the attention of Professor Kimberly Crenshaw, who in 1989 coined the term intersectionality in her published paper titled Demarginalizing the Intersection of Race and Sex. Fascinating read. I'll post the links for all these articles I researched, and I highly recommend you read all of them. Added in just 2017, Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines intersectionality as the complex, cumulative way in which the effects of multiple forms of discrimination, such as racism, sexism, and classism, combine, overlap, or interact, especially in experiences of marginalized individuals or groups. For example, Maya Bishop is a bisexual woman. Therefore, she faces discrimination for being a woman and for being bisexual. And over the past 31 years, the word intersectionality has become a word that seems to have sparked much debate. Some saying it invites division and victimization, where others announce it helps create egalitarianism. Crenshaw brilliantly describes intersectionality in her 1989 paper. Consider an analogy to traffic in an intersection, coming and going in all 4 directions. If an accident happens in an intersection, it can be caused by a car traveling from any number of directions, and sometimes from all of them. Similarly, if a black woman is harmed because she's in the intersection, her injury would result from sex discrimination and race discrimination. In a 2016 TED Women Talk, Professor Crenshaw stated, when there is a no name for a problem, you can't see a problem. When you can't see a problem, you can't solve it. Basically, words are important. Issues are layered, and people are complex. As an actor, my job is to learn and to delve deep into perspectives different than my own. I literally put myself in other people's shoes for a living, but to be honest, I will never fully understand individuals' experiences in their life, nor would I assume someone to understand mine. However, our views and opinions are molded by those individual experiences. Opening someone's eyes to your perspective takes time. Try to verbalize with words like intersectionality or marginalization how an opposing statement affects you. Speak with truth and kindness and patience, and you'd be amazed the conversations that can be had and the progress that can be made. Again, I'm not an expert. I am taking part in 19 for 20 to bring awareness to topics, vocabulary, and issues that may be unknown to some. As I said, the word intersectionality was unknown to me prior to this. I myself get into conversations discussing subject matter I thought I was well versed on and come to realize I need to do more research. So research what you may not know, accept when you may be wrong, and arm yourself with the knowledge to stand for what you believe in. Laws matter, and you do have the power to change them. Now get out there and vote.